My daughter seemed safe at school until I hid under her bed and uncovered a school bullying secret adults chose to ignore all. In a small town on the outskirts of Boston, Massachusetts at 6:00 a.m., Jennifer Martinez's alarm clock went off. She quickly got out of bed, threw on her bathrobe, and headed downstairs. Standing in the kitchen, she mixed pancake batter with practiced hands. Since her divorce 3 years ago, these morning hours had become her only quiet time. At 7 o'clock, her 12-year-old daughter, Emma, came down the stairs. She wore her uniform blazer, her hair pulled back in a ponytail. "Thanks for the pancakes, Mom." Emma smiled as she sat down at the table and picked up her fork. "Have a good day." Jennifer planted a light kiss on her daughter's head. "Do your best at school. We will too. You have a good day at work too, Mom." Emma shouldered her backpack and left through the front door at 7:30. Jennifer watched from the window as her daughter walked down the street. Emma met up with her friends, chatting cheerfully as they turned the corner and disappeared from view. The small 2-story house grew quiet, and Jennifer began getting ready herself. At 8 o'clock, Jennifer arrived at the small insurance company in the center of town. She sat down at the reception desk and turned on her computer. Her coworker Mary walked by with a coffee cup in hand and called out to her, "Morning, Jennifer. How's your daughter doing at school?" "Oh, she's doing well. Emma's such a good kid. Really no trouble at all," Jennifer smiled. "Actually, I'm probably the one worrying her more than anything." The workday was monotonous, processing insurance applications, answering phone calls, leaving at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. On her way home, she stopped by the supermarket to buy ingredients for dinner. Chicken and broccoli along with some pasta. Feeding her daughter nutritious meals within budget was a small daily puzzle. Just after 6 o'clock, when Jennifer got home, Emma was already in the living room doing homework. "Welcome home, Mom. I'm home. How's the homework coming along?" "Yeah, just a little more math left," Emma answered without looking up from her notebook. While preparing dinner, Jennifer talked to her daughter. "How was school today?" "Fine." Nothing special happened, Emma's answer was brief. At 7 o'clock, the two sat facing each other at the small dining table. As steam rose from the pasta, Jennifer looked at her daughter's face. Emma was eating silently. "Are you getting along okay with your friends?" "Yeah, it's fine." Emma showed a slight smile. "Don't worry, Mom. Everything's going well." Jennifer felt relieved. After the divorce, her biggest worry had been the impact on her daughter, but Emma seemed highly adaptable, appearing to adjust quickly to her new environment. There were no calls from school, and her grades weren't bad. As a mother, what more could she ask for? On Friday morning, Jennifer went outside with a trash bag as usual. Carol Davis, her neighbor from across the street, came out of her house. "Morning, Jennifer," Carol waved in a friendly manner. "Is Emma staying home from school today?" Jennifer tilted her head. "No, she already left. She went out at 7:30. Carol's eyes widened slightly in surprise. "Really? That's strange. I see her during the day quite often." "What?" Jennifer's hand stopped. "Isn't that some mistake?" "Maybe so." Carol shook her head. "My eyesight's been getting worse lately. Don't worry about it." "Yes, I'm sure you must have mistaken her for someone else," Jennifer answered with a smile, but a small sense of unease remained in the back of her mind. That evening at dinner, Jennifer asked her daughter, "Emma, is everything okay at school?" "Yeah, Mom. No problems at all," Emma answered normally. "Today, Carol next door said something strange. That she's been seeing you at home during the day." Emma paused for a moment, her fork in midair, but she quickly put on a smile. "Huh? That can't be right. I was at school. That's what I thought." Carol must have been mistaken. "Yeah, definitely." Emma looked away slightly and twirled the pasta on her plate with her fork. The conversation ended there, and they continued eating as the TV news played quietly in the background. Jennifer forgot about Carol's words, thinking it was just an ordinary evening like any other. Emma also went to her room as if nothing had happened and closed the door. The weekend passed, and Monday morning came. Jennifer went out to the backyard to hang laundry. Then she heard Carol's voice from over the hedge. "Jennifer, do you have a minute?" Jennifer put down the laundry basket and walked toward Carol. Her neighbor's expression was more serious than last week. I saw her again. Carol lowered her voice. Friday during the day, around 10 o'clock in the morning. I clearly saw Emma going into your house from my window. A chill ran through Jennifer's chest. But Friday, she should have been at school. I'm not mistaken. She was wearing her uniform, and she wasn't alone. There were several other children with her. Other children? Jennifer's voice trembled. Yes, but I couldn't see their faces. The front door closed right away. Carol looked at Jennifer with concern. Maybe you should check with the school. Thank you, Carol. I'll look into it. When Jennifer returned home, she forgot all about the laundry and sank onto the sofa. Her heart was pounding. Carol was a trustworthy person. Her powers of observation, honed through years of nursing experience, were sharp. She couldn't have been mistaken. But why was there any reason for Emma to skip school? Her grades weren't bad, and she seemed to have friends. And with other children. What on earth was going on? That afternoon, Jennifer gathered her courage and called the school from work. As her heartbeat echoed in her ears, the ringing continued. St. Mary's Middle School. How may I help you? A woman's cheerful voice answered. This is Mrs. Martinez. I'd like to check on my daughter Emma's attendance. One moment, please. She heard the sound of typing. Yes, Emma Martinez. According to our records, she's been attending every day. Jennifer gasped. Really? Even last Friday? Yes, she was marked present on Friday as well. Is there a problem? No, I just wanted to confirm. Thank you very much. After hanging up, Jennifer was confused. According to the school records, she was attending, but Carol saw her at home. Was one of them wrong? Or was there some other explanation? Unable to concentrate on work, Jennifer kept looking at the clock. At 5 o'clock, she hurried home. When she got there, Emma was sitting on the living room sofa looking at her smartphone. Welcome home, Mom. Emma seemed less energetic than usual. I'm home, Jennifer observed her daughter's face carefully. There were faint shadows under her eyes. Her cheeks looked gaunt. Emma, are you okay? You look tired. I'm fine. Just have a lot of homework. Emma looked away. While preparing dinner, Jennifer continued to observe her daughter. Emma came to the table but hardly tried to eat. She just moved food around with her fork, rarely bringing it to her mouth. Emma, are you really okay? You need to eat properly. I'm not hungry, Emma answered apologetically. Did something happen at school? Did you have a fight with someone? Nothing happened, Mom. Emma's voice got a little higher. Really, nothing. I'm just tired. With that, Emma carried her plate to the sink and hurried up the stairs. The sound of her bedroom door closing echoed through the house. Jennifer remained sitting alone at the dining table. Something was clearly wrong with her daughter's behavior, but no matter what she asked, she wouldn't get any answers. Was this typical teenage rebellion? Or was there a more serious problem? That night, Jennifer couldn't sleep. Staring at the ceiling, Carol's words repeated in her mind. Emma was at home during the day with other children. School records showed her as present. Her daughter was exhausted. She wasn't eating. The next morning, Tuesday, Jennifer made up her mind. She had to find out the truth. Emma, do your best at school. At breakfast, Jennifer spoke to her daughter as usual. You too, Mom. Good luck at work. Emma made a small smile and left the house at 7:30. Jennifer also got ready as usual, picked up her bag, and went out the front door. She got in her car and headed toward work on her usual route. But when she reached the company parking lot, she immediately called her coworker, Mary. Mary, I'm sorry. I'm not feeling well today. Could I take the morning off? Of course, Jennifer. Take it easy. Think you'll be able to come in this afternoon? Probably. I'll check how I feel and call you again. After hanging up, Jennifer started the car, but instead of heading to work, she returned home. She parked the car some distance away and approached the house on foot so no one would notice. 9 o'clock a.m. There were hardly any people in the quiet residential neighborhood. Jennifer slowly unlocked the front door. The sound of pushing the door open seemed unusually loud. When she went inside, the house was silent. No one in the living room. The kitchen was empty too. Jennifer went upstairs and opened her daughter's bedroom door. A neatly made bed. Textbooks were stacked on the desk. Morning light streamed in through the window. Maybe she really did go to school after all. Jennifer sighed softly. Maybe Carol had been mistaken. Maybe she was overreacting. But she decided to make sure. Jennifer stared at the bed. If her daughter really did come home, she had to see what she was doing. She slowly peered under the bed. There was dust and an old box, enough space to hide adequately. Jennifer took a deep breath and knelt on the floor. Then slowly she crawled under the bed. It was cramped and dark. The dust irritated her nose. She set her cell phone to silent mode and held her breath. The bed springs were right above her head. In a space so quiet she could hear her own heartbeat, Jennifer waited motionlessly. 9:30 a.m. Nothing happened. Only the ticking of the clock could be heard. Jennifer was beginning to regret this. What she was doing seemed foolish. Her daughter was at school. Carol had been mistaken. She was becoming an overprotective mother. But wait, just a little longer. It turned 10 o'clock. Jennifer's feet were starting to go numb. Just when she thought about coming out, the sound of the front door opening. Jennifer's whole body froze. Someone was entering the house. Footsteps could be heard. And it wasn't just one person. Multiple footsteps, children's voices. Shh, be quiet. It was Emma's voice. Jennifer held her breath under the bed. She closed her eyes and listened. The children's footsteps passed through the hallway and went down the stairs. They seemed to be heading toward the living room. Sit here. Emma's voice could be heard. I'll get you something to drink. Thank you, Emma. A girl's voice was trembling. Jennifer couldn't move. Should she crawl out from under the bed or keep listening? Her heart was pounding violently. Sweat beaded on her palms. The sound of opening the refrigerator in the kitchen. The sound of taking out glasses. The sound of pouring water. Every sound was unusually clear. Is everyone okay? Worry was mixed into Emma's voice. Yeah, a boy answered. But I was scared. This morning, my dad yelled at me again. Me too, another girl's voice. Yesterday, I got pushed again. I almost fell down the stairs. Jennifer's breath stopped. Pushed down the stairs. You're safe here, Emma said. No one will come. Mom doesn't get home until 5 o'clock, and Carol next door goes out in the afternoon. There was a silence for a while. It sounded like someone was crying, sobbing. Emma, thank you, the first girl said. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have known what to do. I'm the same way. Emma's voice became tearful too. I couldn't have endured it alone. Jennifer covered her mouth with both hands. Tears wouldn't stop. Her daughter had been suffering, all along, all alone. I don't want to go to school anymore, the boy said. Every day I get shoved into my locker. When I tell the teachers, no one believes me. Me too, another girl. At lunch, someone deliberately knocked over my tray. Everyone laughed. The teacher pretended not to see. Emma sighed deeply. It's no use talking to the principal. I tried before, but I got yelled at instead. She told me not to cause trouble. Jennifer's chest felt like it would burst. Her daughter had asked for help from the school, from adults, but no one had helped her. Don't you tell your mother? A girl asked. A long silence. It felt like forever until Emma answered. I can't. Emma's voice became small. I don't want to worry Mom anymore. Why not? 3 years ago, when I was in elementary school, the same thing happened. Emma began to speak slowly. Mom fought for me. Then she went to the school many times and talked to the principal, but nothing changed. Instead, Mom became the bad guy. Jennifer traced back her memory. 3 years ago, right after the divorce, when Emma was in 3rd grade, the bullying problem, the battle with the school, those dark days. Mom was suffering so much back then. She took time off work and cried every day. Because of me, Emma's voice trembled. So this time, I want to protect Mom. If I just endure it, Mom can be happy. Jennifer almost cried out and desperately covered her mouth with her hand. Tears wouldn't stop. Her daughter was trying to protect her. But I couldn't do it alone, Emma continued. So I found other kids who were suffering the same way. Let's help each other. If we come here, we're safe for at least a few hours. You're marked as attending school, right? The boy asked. Yeah. In the morning, I go to school and get marked present, then say I'm going to the nurse's office and go out through the bathroom. Everyone else does the same thing. Don't the teachers notice? I think some teachers do notice, Emma said bitterly, but they don't say anything. They pretend not to see because the principal told them not to cause trouble. Anger welled up inside Jennifer. The school knew. They knew and did nothing. Moreover, they were hiding it. So, what should we do from now on? A girl asked anxiously. I don't know, Emma answered honestly. But for now, let's just think about surviving. One day at a time. Together, the other children repeated. The sound of eating something in the living room. The sound of opening a bag. Cookies or chips. The children laughing softly. A moment of peace. Emma, thank you, the girl said again. I'm really glad you're here. Me too, Emma answered. I'm glad you're all here. I'm not alone anymore. Jennifer made up her mind. Enough. She didn't need to hide anymore. She had to help her daughter and her daughter's friends. She slowly crawled out from under the bed. Her whole body ached. Her feet were numb. But none of that mattered. She stood up, took a deep breath, wiped away her tears and headed for the stairs. Step by step, she descended slowly. The wooden stairs creaked. The conversation in the living room stopped. Did you hear something? The boy's voice. Probably just a sound from outside, Emma answered. Jennifer placed her foot on the last step. She could see the living room door. If she turned that corner, she would see the children. She turned the corner. There were 4 children in the living room. Emma and 3 strangers, 2 girls and 1 boy, all wearing uniforms, sitting on the sofa and carpet surrounding a bag of cookies. Emma was the first to notice Jennifer. The color drained from her face. A cookie fell from her hand. Mom! Emma's voice was hoarse. Why are you... The other 3 turned around. All had expressions frozen in fear. Some trying to stand up, others backing away. Jennifer walked slowly into the room, tears streaming down her face. It's okay, she said gently. Everyone, you don't need to be afraid. Emma stood up. She was trembling. Mom, it's not what you think. This is... Emma. Jennifer walked toward her daughter. I heard everything. Emma's face contorted. Tears spilled over. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jennifer embraced her daughter. Emma collapsed in tears. Mom, I'm sorry, I lied to you, but I just couldn't tell you. It's okay. Jennifer stroked her daughter's hair. It's okay. Everything's fine now. The other 3 children still stood there looking frightened. Jennifer reached out her hand toward them. Everyone, please, sit down. I'm not angry, I promise. The children slowly sat down. No one would meet her eyes. Can you tell me your names? Jennifer asked gently. One girl answered in a small voice. Lucy? David, the boy continued. Maya, the other girl. Lucy, David. Maya, Jennifer repeated each name. Thank you for coming. You're safe here, I promise. Lucy started to cry. I'm sorry. We know we're doing something bad. No. Jennifer shook her head. You're not the ones doing anything wrong. Emma said from within Jennifer's arms. Mom, I'm really sorry, but I couldn't tell you. I didn't want to make you suffer again. Jennifer cupped her daughter's face with both hands. Emma, look at me. You don't have to hide anymore. This time, we'll fight together. But you're not alone. This time, we're all together. Jennifer sat on the sofa and looked gently at the 4 children. Emma sat next to her mother, still wiping away tears. Lucy, David, and Maya huddled together on the opposite sofa. Can you tell me one thing at a time? Jennifer asked quietly. Tell me everything that's happening. Emma began to speak in a trembling voice. Mom, at school, I'm being bullied. Jennifer squeezed her daughter's hand. Since when? Since I started middle school. At first, it was small things. My textbooks would be hidden. People would say mean things. Emma looked down. But it gradually got worse. Lucy joined in with a small voice. Me too, since last fall. At first, I was just ignored. but now I get pushed in the hallways, tripped on the stairs. Me too, Maya continued. At lunch, someone deliberately bumped into my tray. Food scattered all over the floor. Everyone laughed. The teacher was watching but didn't say anything. David had his fists clenched. Every day I get locked in my locker. It's dark and cramped. I can't breathe. Even when I scream, no one helps me. Tears overflowed from Jennifer's eyes. What about the teachers? Didn't you ask anyone for help? Emma shook her head. I did tell them, Mom, many times, but I told the principal last winter, but the principal looked at me and said this. Emma's voice trembled. Don't make this a bigger issue. You're just making a fuss over nothing. Jennifer gasped. Principal Richard Henderson said that. Yes, Emma nodded. And he also said this, that my mother was someone who caused problems before. So was I planning to do the same thing again? Anger surged in Jennifer's chest. That was from 3 years ago, when she tried to protect Emma at the previous school, when she fought with the school. That had remained on record, and was now being used as a weapon. One young teacher tried to help, Lucy said. Miss Sarah Brooks, but I think the principal stopped her. Miss Brooks was worried about us, Maya continued. She sent us emails many times asking if we were okay, but I couldn't reply. I was scared. I got the same emails, David said. But I thought my dad would get mad if he found them, so I deleted them all. Emma looked up at Jennifer. Mom, I also was getting emails from school every day. Emails? Emma took her smartphone out of her backpack. With trembling hands, she operated it and opened the deleted email folder. There were dozens of emails there from the school. They came every day saying Emma was absent today. Jennifer stared at the screen. Looking at the dates, they had been sent almost every day for the past 2 months. But when I called the school, the receptionist said you were attending every day. The attendance records and absence notifications are different, Emma explained. In the morning, I go to school and get marked present, but after we disappear, they enter it as absent in the system and automatically send an email to parents, but they don't check who sees it. How clever. Jennifer bit her lip. When someone calls to check, they show the attendance records, but as evidence, they send the absence emails. Perfect deniability. I heard from a friend that Miss Brooks reported the bullying to the principal, Lucy added. But the principal said there's no bullying at our school. It probably hasn't been reported to the school board either. My dad works for the school board, David said, and he said he hasn't heard anything. Jennifer stood up. Emma, show me your computer. Huh? There must be other things you're hiding. Show me everything. Emma hesitated, but slowly nodded. The 5 of them went upstairs and entered Emma's room. Emma opened her laptop and entered her password. Emma opened a hidden folder. There were hundreds of files, screenshots, photos, messages, all evidence of bullying, slander on social media, messages saying die, don't come to school, everyone would be better off without you. Photos of classmates, pictures of them pointing at Emma and laughing. Why did you save these? Jennifer asked in a trembling voice. I thought I might need them someday, Emma cried, but I couldn't show them to you, Mom. I was afraid it would be like that time again. Jennifer hugged her daughter. Then she noticed another folder. What's this? When Emma clicked, email exchanges appeared. Report emails from Miss Sarah Brooks to the principal. Emma Martinez and other students are being bullied. Urgent action is needed. The principal's reply, Miss Brooks, there is no bullying at our school. This is a family issue. Please do not pry unnecessarily. Another email. A report from the principal to the school board regarding the situation at our school. There are no particular problems. Everything is going well. Jennifer stared at the screen. The school knew. They knew and hid it. Moreover, they silenced the teacher who tried to help. How did you get these emails? Miss Brooks secretly sent them to me, Emma answered. To protect us. But if this becomes public, the teacher might lose her job. Miss Brooks is young, Lucy said, so she can't go against the principal, but she was trying to fight for us. Jennifer began copying all the files to a USB drive. Evidence. All of this was evidence. Mom, what are you going to do? Emma asked anxiously. Jennifer looked at her daughter. I'm going to fight. But this time, the the right way. And not alone, she turned to face the other 3 children. "Can you give me your parents' contact information? I'm going to call them now." But Maya hesitated. "My mom is busy. She might not listen to me." "I'll make sure she listens," Jennifer said with conviction. "When I show her this, she'll believe it." When I told my dad before that I was being bullied, David said he didn't believe me. He said I was exaggerating. This time will be different. Jennifer held up the USB drive with the evidence. "We have this." That afternoon, Jennifer called all 3 parents. At first, she was met with skepticism. Especially David's father thought his son was exaggerating again. "Please just come to my house once. There's something I want to show you." One by one, the parents came to Jennifer's house. In the living room, the children told their stories, and Jennifer showed them the evidence. Lucy's mother broke down in tears. "I didn't know. I didn't notice." Maya's mother was shaking. "I'm sorry. I made being busy an excuse and didn't listen to you." David's father clenched his fists. "This is unforgivable. I'll go to the school right now and set things straight." "Wait." Jennifer stopped him. "If you go alone, they'll crush you again, just like they did to me 3 years ago. Then what should we do?" "Let's fight together." Jennifer looked around at the 4 parents. "If we unite, the school can't ignore us. And we'll make this public." "Public?" Lucy's mother asked. "I'll contact the media. The local news station. And a lawyer too," Jennifer said with determination. "This time, we'll see justice done." The 4 families joined hands, both children and parents, with tears streaming down. "Together," Jennifer said. "Together," everyone answered. The battle was about to begin. 6 months later, Jennifer was making breakfast in the kitchen while listening to the news flowing from the TV in the living room. A local station anchor was reporting. 6 months after the bullying cover-to-up incident at St. Mary's Middle School, former principal Richard Henderson was officially dismissed last month. A school board investigation revealed systematic cover-up efforts, and multiple staff members have been disciplined. From that day, everything moved rapidly. The 4 families united and visited the local news station with their evidence. When the first story aired, media from across the country took notice. Other parents began to speak up, and it became clear that the bullying at St. Mary's Middle School was just the tip of the iceberg. The principal initially denied everything, but Sarah Brooks courageously took the witness stand. She had secretly saved the emails that were supposed to have been deleted. The principal's cover-up efforts, his collusion with the school board, everything was exposed to the light of day. Former Principal Henderson lost his job, and his retirement benefits were revoked. His family left town. The head of the school board also resigned, and a new superintendent was appointed. "Mom, I'm heading out." Emma came down the stairs in her uniform, but now she had a smile. "Have a good day." Jennifer kissed her daughter. "You have your support group meeting today, right?" "Yeah." 3 new members are coming," Emma said happily. Everyone's starting to have the courage to ask for help. Emma, Lucy, David, and Maya had returned to school. But this time it was different. The school had new counselors, and an anti-bullying team had been formed. Sarah Brooks became its leader. The students who had been the ringleaders of the bullying transferred to other schools. During the investigation, it became clear that they themselves had been victims of abuse and neglect at home. They were perpetrators and victims at the same time. Still, what they did was unforgivable. They were now receiving counseling elsewhere. The doorbell rang. It was Lucy's mother. "Good morning, Jennifer. I'm looking forward to dinner tonight." "Me too." "Maya's mom and David's dad are coming too, right?" "Yes. We're like family now." The 4 families still gathered every week, but this time not in hiding, but openly. The children did homework together, and the parents shared meals. Not related by blood, but they were family. A family bound by trust. That night, Jennifer and Emma sat together on the sofa. With the TV off, they were having a quiet moment together. "Mom," Emma said, "I learned something." "What?" "That family isn't about protecting each other from pain." Emma looked at Jennifer. "It's about being honest with each other, especially when things are hard." Jennifer squeezed her daughter's hand. You're right. I should have talked properly about what happened 3 years ago too. How much I suffered back then. But I hid it. I hid it too, Emma smiled. We both tried to protect each other. But that wasn't real love, was it? That's right. Jennifer hugged her daughter. Real love is showing your weakness too. You don't have to be a perfect parent. Looking out the window, Carol was tending to her garden across the street. She noticed them and waved. Jennifer waved back. If Carol hadn't spoken up that day, the truth might have been buried in darkness. Sometimes someone outside the family can save the family. Mom, thank you, Emma said quietly. For what? For fighting. And this time not alone, but together with everyone. Jennifer stroked her daughter's hair. Thank you too, for teaching me what real strength is. Real strength isn't staying silent, it's speaking up, asking for help, and joining hands with people you can trust. Real family isn't about blood relations. It's about being able to be honest with each other, showing weakness to each other, and supporting each other no matter what. Jennifer gazed out the window. The twilight sky was beautiful. Tomorrow, the children would go to school again, but this time without fear because they had a place to return to. A truly safe place. And that place was something they had chosen and built themselves.